Striving for mediocrity in a world of excellence. This is
Cereal.
Hello and welcome to the Chaser Report for Wednesday the 24th of August. I'm Charles Firth and with me today are Dom Knight.
Yes, I am.
And Andrew Hansen.
Hello.
Happy 24th, Andrew.
Why, thanks. What a lovely 24th.
First of all, what podcast are we going to impersonate today?
What will be the... Oh, there's so many that are successful. Maybe a true crime one.
Yes.
I like the sound of that. I'd appoint myself to that.
What's the number one podcast in Australia?
Well, you can't actually tell from this chart because they whatever's new. Your Own Backyard. It's about the disappearance of a student in the United States. So it's a true crime thing.
Oh, so is that ours today? Are we going to run that podcast today?
Okay, yeah.
Without telling them, of course.
Yeah, we had an idea a few years ago for a true crime podcast where we would actually commit the crimes and then you'd pretend that you didn't know who did the crimes, but it would be the only podcast that would actually have a guarantee of knowing who you committed the crimes at the end because it'd turn out that you'd done it. So you'd know all the answers. You know how they're always really annoying because it's like, did they murder or did they not? That's a philosophical thing. You know, like...
Yeah, that's right, after 14 one-hour episodes.
Yeah, that's
You've hung in there, isn't it? Yeah. Maybe it's not important that we know who committed the crime or not. Yeah. I say, yes, it is important, you fool. You've wasted half of my life listening to you.
It's really the deep lessons we learned about American society.
But I kind of feel like Only Murders in the Building.
Don't tell me what happens,
Spoiler
but
alert.
I presume yes.
Spoiler alert, no.
Have you seen Only Murders in the Building?
No, I haven't, and that's why I don't want you to tell me.
What about?
What happened?
What about?
Well-
can I pitch this? Only Murders in the Chaser.
Well, can I just say, it's on Disney Plus, the app.
Yeah.
It's a TV show with
Yes.
Steve Martin
I
in
know,
it.
we
that's why I
know.
don't want you to
It's
tell me about it.
amazing.
It is a fucking amazingly funny.
That's why I don't want you to ruin it for me. But no, Only Murders in the Chaser. We bump off the team one by one.
Yeah.
And the last person standing is the one who did it.
Okay, we'll do that.
I think that'd be fascinating. I mean, could we have a thing where there's voting?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, look, I think after those spoilers, I think Charles had his head on the block. Infuriating.
It would just end up with Craig hosting everything.
Yeah,
Oh, no, but that's just like normal.
reality.
Yeah.
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 On the show today, we're going to... What are we going to do? Are we going to do Andrew's or Dom's thing today?
Let's do my thing.
Let's do Andrew's thing.
I thought we were going to do my thing.
We are doing Andrew's thing today.
Okay.
Um,
but let's do it after the break.
Cereal.
You could have avoided the ads there at chaser.com.au/podcast. And if you have subscribed, we thank you and we apologise for mentioning it because you could have just heard a seamless thing, but we didn't do it that way. However, Andrew Hansen has been looking at one of the most hated organisations in Australia, haven't you, Andrew?
But look, well, this is how you describe it, Dom. I mean, you can make up your own mind, but poor old Qantas. You
yes.
might feel a bit sorry for him. I don't know. But look, Alan Joyce, the boss of Qantas, has hopped onto a video. I don't know if have you watched his...
Oh, yes. That happened on Monday morning, didn't it?
Yeah, he's done a little apology video on Monday morning. He's, everybody has to do an apology video at some point in their careers, don't they?
Shall we listen to a little bit of Alan?
I'm Alan Joyce with an important message for our customers. Over the past few months, too many of you have had flights delayed, flights cancelled, or bags misplaced. I want to apologise. It's not good enough. So as well as saying sorry, we also want to say thank you.
Oh, he sounds very contrite, doesn't he? Or is that just his accent that makes him sound guilty?
I think he sounds comical. I think he sounds sort of folksy and comical.
Are you allowed to say he sounds like a leprechaun, or is that racist?
Charles, no.
Okay,
you are not allowed. You will be cancelled.
Okay.
That is just not permitted.
If I'm not mistaken, Qantas was among the biggest recipients of JobKeeper. So there was a pot of gold at the end of the rainbow.
Well, there was a pot of gold, Johnny, and you'll be pleased to know that part of his apology is that he's handing some of those Irish coins out to frequent flyer members.
Oh.
This is by way of apology for being a bit shit of late. Alan Joyce is giving a $50 credit to everyone who belongs to the frequent flyer program.
Oh, that's exciting. Money for nothing. I mean, I guess the last time I looked at a flight on Qantas, it cost about 6 times more than it normally would. So, but it's good to know that there's $50 less. So it'll only cost maybe, what, 5.7 times as much as it normally would.
Well, it begs the question. I mean, I started dreaming. I don't know about you. I sort of got dollar signs in my eyes when I heard about this. 'Cause I'm a Qantas frequent flyer, and I thought, look, when you're at the airport, I mean, what could you use your $50 extra?
Well, I'd buy half an egg sandwich with that sort of money.
I know. Yeah, I would treat myself to something like that.
Yes.
I mean, I was thinking, you could buy a couple of snow peas from that stir-fried restaurant that always seems to be at Australian airports.
You'd probably be able to get a small coffee for $50.
I don't think it would stretch that far, Charles. I mean, come on.
Maybe just a little shot.
Yeah.
Get a short black. There'd be a surcharge. You can't tell me that there'd be some baggage surcharge or a walking into the terminal surcharge or a security scan.
I know. Well, I'll tell you what.
Disappear like that.
I'll tell you what they'd do. They'd sell you the coffee and then they'd take it off you before you board. Remember,
yes,
that happens to me.
They
all
take
the
it
time.
off you at the gate.
Yeah. You go, why the fuck did you just sell me this?
Are you not allowed to walk on board with a coffee?
No, you're not allowed.
Oh, it's very dangerous.
It's very dangerous. Yeah.
But they serve coffee on board.
It's a loophole. Admittedly, that is.
I mean,
they're
what's
allowed
the
to.
difference?
Could you give it to the cabin crew and say, instead of just serving me your kind of plunger coffee, give me my coffee back at the point where you bring them around? Would that work? Could they be?
Oh, I see.
Could they babysit the coffee for you?
Well, or just give it to the poor old pilot to keep him awake on the journey. I mean,
There's not Qantas though. What was the airline where they both fell asleep just recently, like over the weekend?
Oh,
finally, a fuck up that wasn't done by Qantas. This is great news for Alan Joyce. I hope he gets onto this news because then he could post his next video saying, "Well, at least we weren't the airline that falls asleep halfway through the flight."
But isn't part of the problem that they've sacked all the people who know how to do baggage handling, and they've just got like backpackers doing it and just throwing? So the $50 will go on. Surely it has to go on buying things for when your bag doesn't arrive with you at your destination. It doesn't just get eaten up on like emergency undies and stuff.
Well, no, because you would have already spent it on excess baggage fees at the beginning of your journey.
Just for your hand luggage now.
Well, anyway, look, this is what they're doing. I mean, look, if the $50 doesn't float your boat, I mean, what other things do you think Alan Joyce could offer customers by way of apologising for being a bit shit?
I mean, his resignation would have been a good gesture.
Yeah.
Or less video appearances by Alan Joyce.
Oh no, I disagree. I think he should set up his own YouTube channel.
Oh, you think you want more?
Yeah, I think
more Alan
more.
Joyce.
Yeah, with charisma like that, it's surprising he doesn't do the in-flight safety announcement. Like,
Right.
Andrew,
Yeah,
how would
well,
an
movie.
Irish person doing the Qantas in-flight safety announcement sound?
Yeah. It would give an extra edge of humour that it didn't already have. Yeah.
No, I mean, you know what? How Alan Joyce, and is serious for a moment, could actually make amends
What can he do?
is to fucking run his airline even half decently.
Oh, do you reckon that would be by
Yes.
way of apologising?
Don't you think? Like,
I think that's asking a bit much, though, isn't it?
and actually hire baggage handlers who know how to read.
But
and
Charles,
stuff.
that's a lot more expensive than just giving everyone a $50 credit so that they...
Yeah.
Because you realise what they're doing. They're not giving us $50.
No.
What they're doing is giving themselves money by discounting $50 off flights we weren't going to take. So they'll come out ahead of all this. What if they...
Seen right through.
I think the chasers should apologise to everyone and give everyone $50 of our own money.
As a
that
credit
they
for the
make-
chaser
yeah.
store.
Yes.
And just make sure that, as with Qantas today, nothing is less than $300.
And I'll make a video apologising
You should.
for giving
That's
you
a very good
$50.
What I'd like to have, I think, to add to my Qantas experience, not only is it being less shit, but I'd love it if what they had was, on the in-flight channels, you got a live stream of people in Jetstar suffering. I think you just have people not being served food in
Yes.
uncomfortable chairs. Basically, it'd kind of be like a snuff video.
That'd be great. It could be the person in your equivalent seat
Yes.
as well. Maybe it's just fixed on that one passenger.
Yes,
Yes.
that's right.
And they don't
You
get
just
to see
them
you,
suffer.
but Yes, just
In a
watch
non-reclinable
what
seat.
a bad time they're having.
And you can do things like you'd have buttons.
Yes.
Where you can press, less oxygen. And they just get a little bit less oxygen.
And make it so you can choose the one thing that they still have when the cart gets to them. Like, you can just have dry pretzels and no water. That's all you can have.
Right,
And it'll
yes,
cost
yes.
you $10.
And maybe you could make the seat in front of them recline all the way just with the press of a button.
Yes.
Cereal.
Because my memory of Jetstar is fighting with them. I remember the last, I wasn't allowed to bring a stroller. I bought one of those strollers that folds up and goes in the overhead compartment. I was very proud of myself. I said, look, I've got this. It's called a Baby Zen yo-yo, and they're amazing.
I didn't know there was such a thing.
They fold up incredibly small, and you can put them in the baggage compartment. So
Can the baby go with it?
Yes, that's right. It's very convenient. No, but you wheel it all the way up to the gate. That's the genius of it, right? So you don't have to actually carry your child at any point if you're very lazy.
I see.
And I got to the Jetstar flight, and I'd taken it all around the world. I'd taken it to America and via Hong Kong and whatever. And on Jetstar, they said, "Oh, you'll need a bag." And I said, "But it doesn't come with a bag. This is how it comes." And they said, "No, you've got to have a bag." So we couldn't put it in. So I had a fight with them for 20 minutes about it. And then they told me if I didn't shut up, I was going to be denied boarding to the plane. So then I had to check it into the hold instead. That's the Jetstar service.
You are an annoying man. I agree with Jetstar on this. I mean, what a pain. You rock up with some weird hipster, trolley stroller thing that nobody's heard of. And expect it to be put in the compartment.
You've done the thing that no brand expert has ever thought possible, which is make Jetstar likeable.
Yes, that's right. In fact, the next Jetstar ad should star Dom. I reckon it should have Dom in it. Say, look at this annoying man. If you don't want to fly next to somebody like this, then use Jetstar because we'll boot him off.
What a good idea. I mean, I must say, the risk of even a life ban from Jetstar didn't seem like a massive disadvantage. But I got to the thing that Qantas has done that they have done. I don't know whether any of you have a more elevated status than just the standard. But
I'm just red or something.
I'm silver.
Ooh.
Just because years and years ago I happened to go on one overseas trip and they put me up to silver, and then it's just been extended and extended and extended. I think it was in 2018 or something that I did this trip, and so they sent me 2 complimentary lounge invitations.
Ooh,
the complimentary lounge. Oh, so you get to go and eat some warm luncheon meat. What a great!
You can have all the Devon you want.
So the $50 is no good, but I do go. If I get to, and I'm going to get to the airport very 3 hours early or 4 hours early, I'll be able to drink the bar dry at the Qantas Club until I get evicted for being disorderly.
Yeah. See what I mean about the annoying guy? You should be banned from all airports, Dommy.
So that's the one good thing Qantas has ever done.
You'll get trolleyed, and then you won't be able to use your trolley.
Oh, terrible! Oh, Charles, but no.
Sorry.
We shouldn't have recorded this podcast though, because
no, we should not have. No,
the ambition of every Australian. There's one task you have in your life that when you know that
is to get gold.
No, it's to get into the chairman's lounge.
Oh,
chairman's lounge.
Yes.
This is what happens is when
my sister used to be in the chairman's lounge.
Yeah, when you're an MP,
yes,
like your sister was,
yes,
or you're a CEO, or you're somebody very, very significant. You're a cricketer or something.
Yeah.
You get into the chairman's lounge, which is this hidden little lounge. It's got a door that no one knows about, a little secret door, and that apparently is the one service that Qantas operates. Forget first class. It's the one place where they actually have good food and adequate drinks.
And the worst thing in the world is not getting into the chairman's lounge. It's getting booted out of the chairman's lounge, which I can attest to because my sister got booted out. And the letter that they write to you is very polite, but it's very firm. Dear special person, you are no longer special enough. So she just lost her seat. She'd been booted out of Parliament, and it was like, you are now no longer special enough to qualify for the chairman's lounge. And then she said it was humiliating.
Yeah, dear person, you're no longer useful to us.
Yes.
To basically, bribe you so that we can get special treatment. Because every MP who legislates about Qantas is in the chairman's lounge and constantly getting free shit from them.
Yes.
And that's the whole point of it.
But the thing is that even if you get chucked out of the chairman's lounge, there's always the virgin version of that, which is true, which is called the lounge, I think, or something.
Yeah, the lounge.
And I have been in there.
Have
I actually
you?
went in there once with Sam Destiari, of all people.
Wow, their standards are low at the virgin lounge.
The only other famous person that I saw in there at the time was George Christensen. He's like bottom of the barrel.
No Virgin Fleet of Manila.
Destiari and George.
It's only the dishonourable MPs.
I mean, that's you really know your life's turned around. I mean, it'd be one thing to be booted out of the chairman's lounge. She's probably still gold or something.
Yeah.
Probably still has lifetime Qantas club.
Yeah, probably.
But to have to enter the Virgin Lounge, I mean, that's...
Nah.
I mean, we've fallen low in our careers. I know that the Chase is not what it once was.
Yeah.
But we don't have to go to the Virgin Lounge.
Our gears from Road. We're part of the Acast Creator Network. Catch you tomorrow.
And if you let us into the Chairman's Lounge, we will say nothing bad about Qantas ever again.
Wasn't this supposed to be a true crime podcast?
Oh, yeah. The true crime is everything Qantas has done for the past 3 years.
Ah, nice callback.
Well, you did mention Sam Dastiari.
Friend of the show.